Well, Baltimore County Council has okayed a measure that would allow limited hunting in some of the county's parks. The hunts would be by trained sharpshooters to control a population of deer that experts say is really destroying parks and is so overpopulated they really run the risk of starvation. Roosevelt Leftwich joins with more on this story. Rosie?
Well, Kelly, as you mentioned, those hunts wouldn't be open to anyone, just trained sharpshooters who would thin a deer population that's causing a lot of problems in parks and on farms. Now, each year, agriculture in the county loses hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to deer, and the parks are losing their beauty. Everyone should know that plastic doesn't grow on trees, and www.tubex.com is not a natural occurring phrase in nature. But trees do grow in plastic. They have to, if a small tree like this one is going to have a chance to grow up into a big tree like this one in Oregon Ridge Park. That's because of these deer. The herds are so big in some parts of Baltimore County that they are literally
eating themselves out of house and home, to the point that there are some herds that are actually just starving to death.
Northern Baltimore County Delegate Todd Huff is the one who brought the controlled hunt bill to the table and got it passed. He says a place like Oregon Ridge isn't really green anymore. You don't see as many flowers and young vegetation close to the ground, which provide cover for many other animals. But the damage to the new trees and ground cover is just a part of it. Each year, hundreds of people hit deer in their cars, and many are injured.
It's a huge cost factor. It's $1,500 to $3,000 on an average per car when they actually hit a deer. This, to me, is the most humane way to take and control the deer herds.
The hunts would be carried out by trained Department of Natural Resources game managers and would only be held at night when the parks are relatively empty. Many folks who use the county parks have mixed feelings about this. They don't like the idea of hunters in the parks, but the deer are simply out of control.
A little bit undecided about that. I think they, in a way, have a right to life like we do, to live and survive on this plot of land. But I've hit a couple on the road, and at that point, you wish they weren't around.
Now, Huff says once the measure becomes law, in about 30 days or so, the county will sit down with the Department of Natural Resources to figure out the best way to proceed here. He hopes the first hunts will happen this fall. The bill also has amendments in it that would explore the ideas of sterilization and birth control for the deer and other ways to control the population instead of hunting. Roosevelt Leftwich, ABC 2 News.